that he gets them just at the right time and has to be on his feet, has to make the right field placements, and has to be attacking Rashid in his approach.
Absolutely, that's very important. Meanwhile, the umpire calls a play. Junaid to begin proceedings for UAE. Starts off wayward, down the leg side. Off the mark, Nepal with an extra. But you're talking about aggression. That is really important for UAE. Rizwan CP, he will be in a dicey situation. He'll have to have aggressive field placings, but at the same time, he'll have to make sure it doesn't give away too many runs in the process. Couple of slips, a gully, backward point, cover, mid off, mid on, third man and fine leg. Those are two fielders in the deep.
Yes, at least he started off well. Rizwan, he's got two slips in place. Now that means that Junaid will have to bowl it up closer to the batter, make him drive, try and produce an edge, create a chance. So every bowler will have to do his bit in this game for UAE to win against Nepal. Nepal, on the other hand, will have to mix caution with aggression, will have to show some intent in the first 10 overs. Played fine, played in the gap. Kushal Bhurtel, the player of the match in the previous game, gets off the mark with a 4.
That's a very good start. He was a confident looking shot there. Just making sure he picks up the gap between the second slip and gully. Placement was just perfect. And there was no chance for the fielder in the deep to cut that out. First boundary for Nepal. It's important for Nepal to survive this early burst from UAE. The new ball will swing a bit.
Now they've plugged the gap again. They've got another fielder in there. On the pads, big appeal from Junaid, but there was a forward movement from Kushal Bhartel. He came out of the crease, and that is why the umpire thinks that it was going to miss the stumps.
Yeah, those couple of paces down the wicket, that's what probably saved Bhartel. The umpire giving that benefit of the doubt to the batter. Junaid Siddiqui slightly straighter here after being hit for a boundary. This is something which he'll have to change. He has to make sure he brings those slips and gully players in play. If he bowls a bit straighter on the wickets, that's what's going to happen. They'll just nudge it for a single towards that vacant short mid-wicket region.
Yes, just covering the line of the ball there, Bhartel, and making sure that he plays it close to his body. Plays it towards mid. So now it's going to be Asif Sheikh, the wicket-keeper batter for Nepal, who will be taking and facing his first delivery against Junaid. A slip, a gully, and a backward point in place in a catching position for Junaid Siddiqui. That's way too wide from Junaid, and we'll have to bowl that again. That's one aspect, that's one area that UAE will have to make sure they don't concede a lot of runs. It's the extras column.
But Junaid has to do better than that. You can't just let them be off the hook. They've already gotten to 7 runs in the first over. Junaid still has a couple of deliveries to go in this over. Wickets, that's what UAE needs. Better looking delivery. Defended solidly. Not sure if there is a change in the field. That short mid-wicket fielder has been brought in from that slip cordon. So we were talking about caution and aggression. So Rizwan CP straight away. Probably doesn't feel that Junaid is on top of his mark. It's been slightly wayward and slightly too straight for my liking.
Oh, beautifully played. Short ball and rightly punished by Asif Sheikh. What a glorious shot to end the over. 4 more for Nepal as they reach to 11 without no loss after the first over.
Sabir Rao, the left armour, will be sharing the new ball with Junaid Siddiqui. He'll be pulling to Portel outside that off stump. Luthia done well. There was an awkward bounce.
Yes, sir. Let's look at that 4 again from Asif Sheikh on that last ball. Junaid Siddiqui has been short in his length. With a slip in place, you would want him to bowl a lot fuller. That was a beautiful shot. On the back foot. Just stand and deliver. That will be another wide. Sabir trying to create that angle has bowled way too outside off. And Akbar Ali gives it a wide. Rizwan CP running all the way through from the slip to have a quick word with Sabir.
The right thing to do. Asking his bowler to just calm down and settle down with his line and length. He's got a slip in place. Short square leg and a short mid wicket, suggesting that the ball might be coming into the right-hander. Once again, up in the air. And that has been taken brilliantly. That's Mohammad Wasim. He doesn't miss out on many. First wicket for UAE. And that is the early inroad we were talking about.
Big wicket. It's a big wicket. Kushal Bhurtel, he can be dangerous. He can be the game changer for Nepal, but not today. Short and nicely played. He played that with a lot of conviction, but that was a blinder of a catch from Mohammad Wasim. And that will be the first wicket down for Nepal. So as you mentioned, early inroads for UAE as they get Kushal Bhurtel. Sabir Ali gets that wicket. It's 12 for 1 now. That's the wicket again with a different angle. Look at how quick that travelled. And Wasim, anticipation is key. And he was anticipating that ball. Brilliant reflexes from Mohammad Wasim to grab that. The new man in is Gyanendra Malla, number 3 for Nepal. Another experienced batter out there in the middle.
Left alone there by Malla. We're talking about that catch once again, Shoaib. It was similar to the one Nepal dropped in the first innings of Asif Khan. That one was also travelling, but on this occasion, Mohammad Wasim is one of the safest fielders for UAE. Anticipation, that was the key word there. Loves his fielding. He puts in those extra hours in the field after, during those off days.
Again, that angle from Saber. So he's working on his strengths. He's bowling on his strengths as well. And that is good news for UAE. He needs to keep doing that.
Yeah, he's bowling a brilliant line just outside the off stump for the right-hander. And somehow I feel that that short mid-wicket which is in place could be used to strengthen that offside. Probably get another catcher, give him another slip. And that might work in their favor.
Yes, Gyanendra Malla now, he has to play the role of an anchor in this innings. He's got the technique, he's got the ability, the skill. In the ODI format, he's got a highest score of 75, 750s to his name in 31 innings, an average of 27. So he does know how to stay there in the middle. And Nepal will be banking on his experience. Played his first game in 2018, his first ODI against Netherlands, in Netherlands. And he will need to rise and stand the occasion here for Nepal today. 2 overs, 12 for 1.
Junaid Siddiqui to continue. He'll be bowling to Asif Sheikh. That's a brilliant looking shot once again. He's been superb through the offside. Will not have the legs to carry it all the way. But they will come back for a few runs. This is absolutely brilliant batting from Sheikh. Bisecting the gap absolutely brilliantly.
Yes, he is so strong on the offside. We saw that 4 in the previous over as well. Was in complete control of that shot. And even on this occasion now, just playing it from the middle of the bat, placing it in the gap. And they've got 3 runs on the very first ball of this Junaid Siddiqui over. We'll have to bowl a little fuller, I feel. Especially to somebody like Asif Sheikh, who likes to play on the up. That's his strong zone.
And now this is good from Siddiqui. He needs to make sure he keeps the new man on strike. He'll be a bit tentative early on. Malla. And Siddiqui will have the opportunity, probably picking up this wicket. Another wicket here, and Nepal will certainly be on the back foot for UAE. Oh, that's on the leg side. Has it picked? Yes, that is the wicket. Brilliant catch by Ritya Arvind behind the stumps. Another wicket down for Nepal.
Yes, Junaid Siddiqui strikes this time. Down the leg side, wanted to flick it. Gyanendra Malla gets the faintest of edges. And a clean collect by Ritya Arvind. Never easy for a keeper to take that, but he's done very well. Wicket number 2 down. As Gyanendra Malla slowly walks back. UAE in the game, in the driver's seat as of now. Both the bowlers getting a wicket. Malla out for a duck. It is 15 for 2. That's the wicket again. Yes, definitely got some bat onto it. And what a good catch that is from Ritya. Very agile on his feet, diving to his left, eyes on the ball all the time, and a clean collect. Both the hands for the catch, Rashid. That's really special.
Certainly, and UAE has managed to buy those 2 wickets. Courtesy some very good fielding. That first catch Mohammad Wasim took was a blinder, and now this one even better from Ritya Arvind. Meanwhile, once again, Junaid Siddiqui, way down the leg side. They have to build up this pressure. Those 2 wickets have put Nepal slightly in an awkward position. Junaid Siddiqui will need to make a good comeback. He was lucky there. The last wicket he got could have easily gone down towards that fine leg boundary. It was a feather edge. And Ritya, well, he was superb behind the wickets.
Wavered again, Junaid. He's not in his rhythm. He is not his usual self. Looks a little rigid. And now it's Karthik Mayappan coming in and giving his colleague some valuable advice. 5 runs in the over. Need to control those extras. They don't have 300 on the board. UAE, every run counts.
Oh yes, especially when you have the other team chasing. It's important that you stop every run. Meanwhile, this is a good line. Slightly closer to that off stump could be better from Junaid. But this is a good comeback.
This is much better than the 2 deliveries that he bowled before. But he would want to get a lot more closer to the off stump. Rohit Patel now, the captain, will have to play the captain's innings. He will have to be there alongside Asif, who's looked good in his 3 deliveries that he has faced so far. Oh, that is a beautiful delivery. That is a wonderful delivery from Junaid, the best that we have seen so far. And Rohit Patel had no answers to that. Absolutely wonderful. Brilliant bowling from Junaid Siddiqui.
Well, he gets lucky on one delivery, gets a wicket down the leg side, but this one was absolutely brilliant. A Jaffa, no chance for Rohit, and he lost his off stump. The ball hitting the top of that off stump. Another wicket down for Nepal. The trouble continues, and the good fortunes for UAE continue. 3 wickets down for Nepal. Rohit Patel gone. After facing 2 deliveries for no runs, Nepal 17 for the loss of 3 wickets.
That's a beautiful delivery, peach of a delivery. And like I said, I think this is the best delivery that we have seen so far. Top of off stump. That's where you need to bowl. And Junaid Siddiqui has done exactly that. 2 wickets in this over. Pressure on Nepal as Kushal Malla comes into bat. Gets the edge. Oh, that's close to the fielder at gully. And there is protection in the deep. Zahoor Khan is the man there. A good over. Has bowled a few wides, but UAE will take that. Junaid Siddiqui will be very happy with those 2 wickets. 3 overs, 18 for 3.
भाई टेंशन वाला दिखाना तो दिखा दो सीरियस टेंशन वाला पब्लिक बाहर जा रहा है ओके
Played towards the third and gets a single. Kushalmala. Sabir now will have to get another wicket because his partner has taken two. He'll want to get two as well. And that kind of competition is a healthy competition. That's what you want in your side. Two bowlers bowling in tandem and trying to get a wicket and trying to beat each other.
Oh yes, that's what you need. Healthy competition. It always helps. And we know that bowlers hunt in pair. Sabir Rao getting that initial breakthrough once again. But this one has been played really well over the cover point region for a boundary.
That was a cracker of a shot. Beautifully done. Some width on offer from Sabir. And that was always going to be more than enough for Asif. He enjoys playing that shot. He owns that shot. Beaten this time. That's the replay of the four that he hit. Uppish this time. And it went and crossed the ropes in no time whatsoever. Beautifully played again. You can't be bowling there. Asif is very strong in that area. He is absolutely cracking those outside off. Sabir Ali will have to get his line correct because otherwise Asif Sheikh is going to just keep on hitting those in the gaps. 5 runs already in this over. This is a decent over for Nepal. They'll have to make sure they build a partnership, stitch a partnership here. They've got a lot of time on their hands in terms of the deliveries that are left in the innings. Oh, another beautiful shot. Behind square this time. No chance for Rizwan as that ball races away towards the boundary for yet another 4. This is just absolute bliss from Asif. All the shots in the book. Back foot punch this time. And once the ball crosses the 30-yard circle, it's always 4 runs. Beautiful drive again, and well fielded by Rizwan this time. Otherwise, that would have been another 4 for Asif Sheikh. End of the over, 4 overs, 27 for 3.
Now Nepal needed a good partnership.
Four overs, 27 for 3. And another wide from Junaid.
Wide
It's a
again.
very healthy run rate, this one. 7 and over. Required less than 4 now.
They've gotten off to a good start, Nepal, in terms of their run scoring. It's just those wickets. 3 wickets down, that will put pressure on them. If they lose another wicket here, that'll be certainly advantage to UAE, who at the moment have a grip of the game, but it's just those extras which are giving away that pressure being built.
Some more runs for Kushal Malla
Down
and
the
Nepal.
wicket, and it's almost
Won't go all the way
not
as Junaid
four.
Siddiqui managed to get some hand onto it. Otherwise, that was travelling.
Well, this is very good batting from Nepal. Look at that delivery once again. Back towards the bowler. Junaid just managing to get some fingertips onto that one. We'll talk about the intent from Nepal. Even though they've lost those 3 wickets, that intent is still up there. As soon as they see a ball in their zone, they're going to go for their shots.
And I think that's the right plan. That's the right ploy from Nepal. They don't need to get into a shell. If it's in the slot, you need to play your shots, especially in the 10 overs. You just need to clear the infield. Oh, beautiful again. No need to run for that. Short and wide, and Kushal Malla says, I'm going to crack
कुशल
that
मल्लले अर्को सुन्दर
towards
चौका
covers for
दिएका
4.
छन् र यसको नेपालको लागि निकै नै खुसीको खबर
Magnificent
रहेको छ
shot.
Well, that was the shot of the day for me. Standing tall, hitting it on the up. Placing it perfect in the gap. The timing superb on that, racing to the boundary. While these two out there, Malla and Sheikh, are looking superb. Getting those important boundaries. Transferring that pressure back to UAE.
That's a counter attack now here from Nepal. Not the best of bowling as well from Junaid. Some deliveries he has bowled really well, but other than that, has been wayward in his approach, in his line and length. Short ball this time. A typical response from a fast bowler. Kushal Malla not in a position to play that shot. Gets an edge.
Yeah, Rizwan CP would be thinking he's got another pacer in Zaur Khan. Who's also more than a decent bowler. Junaid Siddiqui, meanwhile, the balls he's bowled on target have been superb. The wicket he got off the captain Rohit Paudel was just an unplayable delivery. This time he's made a good comeback. This match is getting interesting by the over. Nepal on the counter attack. UAE picking up those 3 wickets. All happening here.
Oh yes, that's a very healthy run rate for Nepal. 7.29. Let's it go this time. Coming around the wicket, Junaid, for the left-handed Kushal Malla. So he's been forced to do something different. Such an important game for both these sides. A lot on the line for them.
Yeah, most certainly both on probably very close points. Good delivery, that really took off. Good end to the over. Nevertheless, it was a good over for Nepal, getting 7 runs of that one. 5 overs done. Nepal 34 for the loss of 3 wickets.
So bowling change. Left arm orthodox Aryan Lakra comes into the attack. Will look to turn the ball away from Asif Sheikh. Immediately gets a single and gets to the non-striking end.
This is a very interesting move from the captain Rizwan CP, bringing in the left arm spinner Aryan Lakra early on. And Aryan Lakra getting the ball to break. Bowling it slightly slower than his usual pace. I feel the ball is still a little new, does have that shine on it.
Oh, some turn straight away. Very well bowled, Aryan. We've seen him bowl a lot through his early days as well, under 19 and even before that. I think he used to fly the ball a lot more during his age cricket. As soon as he's been a part of the senior side, he's bowling a lot flatter. And he's also getting some turn off this wicket. So that must be some positive signs for the spinners of UAE.
Yeah, he was very good in the age group cricket. Got the ball to break. Has a very decent arm ball as well. Like you said, he's varying his pace. He's understood. He's learned how to use his pace. So this will be an interesting battle. Delivery once again. No chance of a run.
And it's the kind of bowling that he's done so far, the kind of speed that he's bowling at. I would have thought CP Rizwan would have taken one step back. I think he's too close in that slip region. That if it's cut on the back foot, he won't have time to react. Maybe a step back, and that might just give him that extra half a second. Hit straight to Junaid Siddiqui, who's at point. Interesting field placement. A dot ball to end the over. 2 runs off it. A good one from Aryan Lakra. Got some turn in that over. 6 overs, 36 for 3 Nepal. In the air and in the gap as well. Kushal Malla plays it on the up and starts the over with a 4.
Slightly short from Junaid Siddiqui once again. And these Nepal batters are not going to hold back. Outside the off stump with offered. It was in the air. Like you mentioned, the gap was precisely bisected. Another boundary. They're having a go at Junaid Siddiqui, who's leaked some runs, but has also picked up a couple of wickets. Very interesting field placement there. For 2 points, a backward and a straightish point. Better delivery from Junaid Siddiqui. Can be slightly fuller.
That's much better. No room on offer from Junaid. The idea has to be attacking the stumps when he's coming from around the wicket. Pulled and will cross the ropes in a jiffy. Short delivery and punished by Kushal Malla.
That is a shot of authority, rocking onto the back foot and hitting it over mid-wicket. Very good timing on that one from Malla. He's been superb since the time he's come out. Intent has been absolutely amazing. Junaid Siddiqui will be feeling this, although he's picked up 2 wickets. 32 runs have come off his 3.4 overs.
Oh, that was close to the off stump. Big gap between bat and pad. Luckily, Kushal Malla survives because that ball missed the stumps by a few inches. Nicely bowled. Fuller in length, and this is where he needs to be bowling.
Oh yeah, as soon as he's pitched one up, it's got Malla thinking. Playing the wrong line, lucky. That could have easily taken the inside edge and crashed into the stumps. Meanwhile, last ball of the 7th over. Oh, down the leg side once again. Another extra added to the total. UAE are just letting out on all the pressure that was built by taking those 3 wickets. Malla and Sheikh stitching a partnership together. Nepal require 163 runs in 259 balls. Meanwhile, Junaid Siddiqui, he'll have to make a comeback.
Has bowled too many extras, Junaid Siddiqui, today, and has been a little wayward as well. Not the usual Junaid Siddiqui we know. He's got 2 wickets to his name. One more ball to go in the over. How costly is that wide going to be? Not very costly. A dot ball it is. 7 overs. Nepal building their run chase here. 45 for 3. Aryan Lakra continues. Takes the inside edge. They're taking for a quick run. Direct it. Oh, that was a good throw at the non-striking end. Just couldn't get it on the stumps. A run stolen by Nepal.
Zahoor Khan there doing the right thing, opting for that non-striker's end. Where Sheikh was struggling, could have easily gotten that run out. Aryan Lakra, he's been good so far. Bowling to Malla, who's been on the top of his game. Very good delivery once again, giving him no room whatsoever. He's enjoyed that width being offered to him by the fast bowlers.
Yes, he's scoring really at a brisk pace. Kushal Malla, 17 of 17. This is good batting. Asif Sheikh is on 17 of 13. That's a big hit. It's in the air. And that has gone the distance. Alishan Sharfu was there, but he just couldn't do anything. Just watch the ball sail over. Kushal Malla. What a knock this is from this young man.
Well, this knock is full of intent, getting down on one knee and picking up Aryan Lakra. There was a fielder place there, but to no avail. This is middle perfectly, getting the elevation, taking it over his head for half a dozen. Look at the crowd now. They're on their feet.
भर्खरै नेपालले शानदार छक्का हानेको छ र नेपालीहरूको हुडिङ पनि देख्न सक्नुहुन्छ यो स्टेडियममा नेपालीहरूको जोरदार हुडिङका साथ नेपाली टिमलाई समर्थन गर्दै हुनुहुन्छ नेपाली दर्शकहरू.
From the end that he is bowling, Aryan Lakra, for the left-handed Kushal Malla, that onside is a shorter boundary. It's around 65 meters. On the other side, it's 70. But there's nothing much Aryan Lakra can do because there's a left-hand, right-hand pair out there in the middle for Nepal. So just this has been a good partnership between these two. They have steadied the ship and it's on course towards that target of 208. After getting those 3 early wickets, Nepal coming back, bouncing back in the game. 8 overs, 53 for 3.
8 ओभरको समाप्तिमा 53 रनको साथ 3 विकेट गुमाएर नेपाल अगाडि बढिरहेको छ. नेपालको लागि केवल 1-2 रन सामान्य रूपले जाने हो भने पनि जितको लक्ष्यमा पुग्न सहज हुनेछ. तर उत्कृष्ट खेलाडीहरू सुरुमा गुमाएको कारणले गर्दाखेरि लक्ष्य थोरै गाह्रो भए तापनि यदि धैर्यताका साथ थोरै रन जम्मा गर्दै गर्नुभयो भने पनि नेपालको लागि राम्रो हुनेछ.
So another bowling change. It is Zahoor Khan who will be bowling. He's got a lot of experience, a lot of franchise cricket exposure for him. And starts off with the ball outside off around the wicket, and you can see umpire Shinwari just signalling Zahoor to make sure he doesn't come onto that danger zone in line of the stumps.
Looks like a very good start for Zahoor Khan.
UAE को तर्फबाट यति बेला जोहिर खान आएका छन्.
Follow through was good. As a fast bowler, that's what you need. You saw Junaid Siddiqui early on. Got those couple of wickets. One was a chuff of a delivery, but his rhythm wasn't right till the last ball he's bowled. Brilliant delivery. On the stumps and defended solidly. This has been good from Mullah and Sheikh. They have stitched a partnership together. This partnership has been built on a brisk pace. Without boundaries, we did see a maximum as well. So all in all, that's good intent from Nepal. Positive cricket. Meanwhile, for UAE, they have picked up the 3 wickets. They need to follow it up. Pulling some dot balls, putting pressure. Mullah does look like a player who looks busy in the middle. Yes, taken the outside edge. Lucky there, flying towards third man. And a good effort by Asif Khan. Stopping a certain boundary, putting his body behind the line.
That ball just flew after it came in contact with the edge of the bat. There you go, full swing, thickish edge, and very well done by Asif Khan to keep that inside the ropes. Yeah, you pointed out a very interesting fact about Mullah. He's a very busy cricketer. So for him, I think it's going to be difficult to play a long innings where he'll take his time. I don't think he's going to do that. So there lies the opportunity for UAE. Finds us a lot by the way he bats, the way he plays on the offside. He's got a very good pull shot as well. Reminds me of Rohit Sharma. Very elegant, very easy to the eye. That lazy elegance that we see in Rohit reminds me of that when I see Asif Sheikh bat.
Well, for me, I feel he's a mixture of KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma. The feet movement slightly favouring KL Rahul. Look at that. That's up in the air. Easy dismissal. Softly done. And another wicket down. Rohan Mustafa takes the catch. And Zahoor Khan has already made an impact in the first over. He's come to bowl.
Well, the experience says it all, and you can see the faces, the expression of the fans. They've lost that big wicket of Asif Sheikh, just closing the face of the bat way too early on that occasion. And a very simple catch for Rohan Mustafa. He celebrates, Karthik celebrates, and Team UAE celebrates that wicket. 54 for 4 as Asif Sheikh walks back slowly, dejected. He was looking really good out there in the middle. That was the first shot that he played, which was not from the middle of the bat. And I would say he was a bit unlucky to find the fielder. 17 of 16 for him. It's 54 for 4.
थोड़ा ये बंद कर रहे हैं
New man in is Arif Sheikh, brother replacing brother. Dot ball to end the over, just one run off it and a wicket from Zahoor Khan. 9 overs, 54 for 4.
54 for 4 after 9 overs, Nepal. And this is a very good move from Rizwan CP, bringing in the experienced Rohan Mustafa. He'll be bowling to Malla. And this will be a matchup. An off breaks bowler against the left-hander. Interesting to see how Malla goes about. But he's not holding back. That was slightly pitched up by Rohan Mustafa, and Malla has hit it over his head. Welcomes Rohan Mustafa with a boundary.
Well, this is Bass ball. Every player who's come out to bat has just shown some aggression. Fuller delivery over Rohan Mustafa's head for 4. Oh, very well done. Aryan Lakra does well to stop that. No run conceded.
This is good from UAE. They need to make sure they control those runs in the outfield. Meanwhile, better delivery from Rohan Mustafa. This one going with the arm. Solidly defended by Malla. Well, that's what UAE need to do. He's a busy cricketer. Bowl a few dot balls to him and he will get H. That's the third dot ball in a row. Rohan Mustafa, well, he'll get through with his overs really quickly. He'll give you no time to think about anything. Once again, on the pads, and this time clip towards square leg. And they pick up a single. Some interesting changes coming from Rizwan CP. Opting for that off-break bowler to bowl to the new man who's come in. Arif Sheikh. A few changes in the field. A few men moving around. This one clipped towards square leg where there was a fielder in position. End of over number 10. Nepal 59 for the loss of 4 wickets.
So Zaur Khan to continue. Gave away just 1 run and got a wicket in the first over. And Kushal Malla, his onslaught continues. Doesn't matter if he's lost his partner, if he's lost his partner. He will continue his attacking gameplay. 4 more for him.
Slightly short from Zaur Khan, and Malla has been eyeing that vacant regions perfectly. He's really strong on the back foot, generates a lot of power, and he's been finding the middle of the bat all throughout the day. This is absolutely brilliant from Malla. Slightly fuller, and this time driven through the covers. The cover sweeper will do the cleanup. This is very smart batting from Malla, picking up a single after that boundary.
That's good batting, sensible batting from Kushal Malla. They know that it's not a steep target that they are chasing, but they are making sure that they keep those boundaries coming in, regardless of how many wickets they've lost. We want to see Karthik Mayappan come into bowl now. The leg spinner. He's the wicket-taking bowler for UAE. Nicely bowled, just outside off. That's a good delivery from Zaur.
That's a very fair point, Shoaib. Karthik did pick up 3 wickets in the first game. He's been brilliant with the ball all throughout the season. Wicket taking option for UAE, and that's what UAE needs. Another wicket here, especially of Malla, and well, they'll be in the driving seat. But at the moment, it's Arif Sheikh. Solidly defends that one. Well, Malla has just been amazing. The loss of wickets haven't affected him one bit. He's gone for his shots. And he's got a very strong balance. Gets into position really early. Has that extra tenth of a second, which is what most good batters have.
Yes, it's good. It's good batting from Nepal. They've done really well. They've kept that run rate around 5.5. Every over, they've got at least a boundary. Push towards short covers. Good over this one after being hit for a 4 on the very first ball. Zaur has come back well. 11 overs, 64 for 4.
Rohan Mustafa to continue. He'll be bowling to Malla, who's liked to hit the first ball for a boundary in the previous few overs. This time better from Rohan, and absolutely superb from Zaur Khan, bringing in a lot of commitment. Slightly fuller, and this time they're able to pick up that single. Slight fumble from Ron Mustafa. Remember, he was fielding that of his own bowling. Never easy, those. Now it's going to be Sheikh on strike.
Rohan Mustafa given the ball over Karthik Mayappan. Oh, nicely bowled that one. Some turn, some bounce, sharp movement coming into Arif Sheikh. Rohan Mustafa. He's like Dipendra Singh Airi of Nepal, likes to bowl his overs quickly. Doesn't give a lot of time to the batters.
Meanwhile, this is the 9th dot ball for Sheikh. This is not very good for him and Team Nepal. That will put added pressure on Malla. And this one, and the winger goes up. That was the wicket they required. And well, Arif Sheikh, beg your pardon, goes after a struggle.
Well, couldn't get off the mark, Asif Sheikh. And Rohan Mustafa bowling that one quick in the air, on the front foot, impact in line, and the umpire raises the dreaded finger. So he's out. Another wicket falls. Half the team for Nepal back in the hut as the score now reads 65 for 5.
Zahoor Khan to continue. Oh, what a good shot. Well, Kushal Malla is playing on a different track altogether. Slightly pitched up, and he likes to go after the bowlers in the early phase of the over, getting a boundary on the first delivery.
Yes, just outside off. Not the best of bowling from Zahoor. From what we've seen so far of Kushal Malla, he likes to play on the offside. So the ball has to be on the stumps. I think they need to be bowling more wicket to wicket. They need to be bowling without giving away a lot of room to Kushal.
Yeah, Kushal has been really strong on the back foot. Generates a lot of power. Also, when it's pitched up to him, those are the two shots he doesn't miss out on. As soon as we see that, let's have a look at that replay. Pitched up, width offered, and he just had to clear that infield, after which it was an easy boundary. Zahoor Khan has to make a comeback. Meanwhile, Kushal Malla, he needs to continue for Nepal. Typical response. Zahoor Khan, he's the fast bowler there is, coming back with a short pitch delivery.
Umpire is just checking where he's landing after he bowls and where his follow through is. Zahoor Khan. But Kushal Malla, well, he's playing on a different surface, as you mentioned. He's playing with a different attitude. He's playing with a different intent. He's playing with a different mission. Short ball pulled in the gap. Chase for Aryan Lakra. Will clean that up. Well, you need to get the spinners. You need to get Karthik Mayappan. Get him to turn the ball away from him. Get him to turn the ball into him. Keep him guessing. He's got a very good googly, Karthik. That could be handy for somebody like Kushal Malla.
Yeah, they need to come up with a plan to bowl against Kushal Malla. So that is important how UAE come back. Meanwhile, that's up in the air once again. Similar kind of delivery and a similar kind of result. Through the offside, another boundary for Malla.
Well, nothing wrong with that delivery. It was not in the slot this time, but he still managed to play it on the up. He's got that license to hit that shot because the fielder is in the 30-yard circle. This is great batting. This is batting with a lot of common sense. This is a batting where he's using his brains behind the shot and he's not trying to hit it too hard. He's just timing the ball, caressing the ball in the gaps and getting runs. He's moved on to 46 of 36 and he's the man who stands between UAE and victory. What an innings this has been from Kushal Malla. Pressure on Zahoor Khan.
A slower one. And that is very sensible batting by Kushal Malla. Opting to rotate strike right after hitting that boundary. So good, very good over for Nepal so far. 11 runs off it. And it's going to be Airy facing Zahoor Khan for the first time. He's just walked in after the wicket of Arif Sheikh. Get to see a brilliant delivery by Rohan Mustafa. That ball did spin and was in line, the impact.
Beautiful scenes. Very well done by our camera crew. Clips off the pads. They're looking for two. That's good fielding. I think it's Rahul Bhatia, the sub who's out there for Mohammad Wasim. End of the 13th over. It's 77 for 5.
Ron Mustafa to continue. He'll be bowling to Dipendra Airi. Starts off with a very good delivery. A variation of the pace.
Yes, and he has something to say to everyone, Rohan Mustafa.
Jolly character.
Well, jolly if you're in the same side. Not so jolly if you are playing in the opposite team. Oh, that's very close. That was very close. Luckily, Dipinder Singh Airi gets some bat onto it. Now he will have to play a very important role, Dipinder Singh Airi. He's one of the players who has a lot of experience. He's very matured in his approach. Appeal. The impact is outside off. They're appealing for the edge now. And the umpire still says, no, it's not out.
That's a very good delivery by Rohan Mustafa. Getting that ball to spin a long way into the right-hander. Well, absolutely, the impact was just outside the line of off stump. A very good decision by the umpire, Akbar Ali. And Rohan Mustafa on the verge of bowling a maiden. This is good bowling, putting pressure on the other end. Meanwhile, Kaushal Malla on the other end. He's playing at a different wicket altogether. Once again, impact outside. Question asked. Umpire refuses. End of the over. 14 done. Nepal 77 for the loss of 5 wickets.
Right, welcome back after a drinks break. It's Nepal who are in a spot of bother, 77 for 5. But the good news is that Kushal Malla, he's out there in the middle and he is playing a magical knock for Nepal. And as long as he is there alongside Dipendra Singh Airi, Nepal will feel that they can chase this total down. And after the drinks break, it is the leg spinner who's been brought into the attack. Karthik Mayappan with a slip in place. Let's find out what this contest beholds for all of us. Rashid.
Well, you were asking for him and he's been brought into the attack. As if on cue. Starts off with the delivery outside the off stump. He's a very smart bowler, Karthik Mayappan. Got a lot of variation as well. Where is his pace? Bowls the wrong one. And he'll be bowling to Malla, who's batting on 47 of 38 deliveries. Punched back. Good fielding there.
Good start to the over. He's bowled 2 leg spinners. A googly could be in any time.
Well, you called for it and he's delivered. That was the one that went away from the left-hander. Karthik Mayappan is keeping Malla down. And that will get him itching. He doesn't like to be kept quiet.
As that's the longest that we've seen him on strike. Either he's hitting boundaries or he's taking singles. 3 dot balls, very unusual for Kushal Malla. But that is what Karthik Mayappan can do. That is what he brings on the table. A leg spinning option is just a big boon, a blessing for any side. Now Karthik has a big role to play here. 5 wickets down, Nepal. They'll have to negotiate his spell of 10 overs, just like UAE did against Sandeep Lamichhane. Gets in the googly. Not a lot of turn. He's not a big turner of the ball. But he gets just enough turn to beat the edge, to get the edge, and to beat the batter as well.
He's very consistent with his line and length. Bowls it in the right areas. He'll be bowling to Dipendra. Hit down the ground for a single end of the over. So after that, 15 done. Nepal 79 for the loss of 5 wickets. Rohan Mustafa to continue. He'll be bowling to Dipendra. Starts off with a full toss. Hit down the ground. And now it's going to be Kaushal Malla to take strike. He's on 48 or 41 deliveries. And he'll be facing Rohan Mustafa.
Fuller delivery played straight down the ground. That's some great timing on it, some great power as well. And well-directed shot for 4. Kushal Malla, he gets to his 50. 52 of just 42 deliveries. And what a knock this is. Absolutely mind-blowing.
What a way to get to your 50. That was Fuller and played over the head of Rohan Mustafa. The timing superb. Placement excellent. Malla on the move. Once again, slightly fuller, but this time it's opted to block that one. Now it's important for Malla to keep going. They still have a long way to go. They have lost 5 wickets.
That's slower in the air from Ron. So he's trying to mix it up. The margin of error when you're bowling to Malla is very less, the kind of form that he is in. Every ball from the middle of the bat, he's so sure of what he wants to do. This has been a very, very effective innings from Kushal Malla. That was in the air for some time, leading edge, could have gone anywhere. Some luck favouring Malla as well. End of the 16th over, it's 84 for 5.
Karthik to continue. He'll be bowling to Dipendra. Starts off with a googly. That's a good delivery. You were mentioning doesn't have the ball, doesn't spin as much as the other leg break bowlers, but it sits consistently with the ball, the line and length.
Straight to Aryan Lakra. Karthik Mayappan. He's got a hat-trick to his name, a World Cup hat-trick to his name. One of the rising stars of UAE cricket.
What an achievement that was, getting a hat-trick for your country. Karthik Mayappan. Very promising youngster. He'll be bowling to Malla now. Kushal Malla on 52 of 46 deliveries. This will be interesting. On the leg stump once again. Well, it's been a different kind of a game plan from Kaushal Malla, Shoaib. Mostly the batters, once they get to their 50, that's when they open up. And on this occasion, Kaushal Malla has opted to probably slow down a bit. He's played a lot more dot balls than he initially did.
Fuller delivery, punished. So good. Kushal Malla, he's not going to hold back. If it's in the slot, he's going to play his shots. And he's the man who is taking the game away from UAE.
And once again in the slot, and this is the region he favors. Wide of, long off. As soon as it's full, he'll pick them up. Doesn't try to overhead those shots. And gets full value while doing so. Meanwhile, change in angle for Karthik Mayappan.
I think it's a good change. I think Ron Mustafa has done the right thing. He's went up to Karthik and has asked him to bowl over the wicket. This is the ball that he needs to bowl. This is much better. Creating that angle and making the ball move away from him at the last moment.
And this is the pace with which he needs to bowl. He was slightly quicker in the previous deliveries. So Karthik, like we said, he's a very smart bowler. He will make the adjustments.
Oh, that's a very well played shot. Finely played. Played it late. Closed the face of the bat. Won't go the distance. But they'll get two. End of the over. After 17, it's 92 for 5.
Ron Mustafa continuing. He's bowled a couple of dot balls. It's Malla on strike. That last ball of the previous Rohan Mustafa over would be playing in his mind. The ball did stick into the wicket. Got the outer edge. Meanwhile, this is Fuller. And played towards long off. The fielder was there. Was just bouncing in front of him. Now it's going to be Dipendra. Would be facing Rohan Mustafa. It's a good delivery. Well kept out. He's just surviving out there, giving company to Malla, who's batting superbly. Another good delivery, solidly behind that one. Rohan Mustafa continuing with the option. Slightly short, once again defended. End of the over. 18 done. Nepal 93 for the loss of 5 wickets. That's up in the air. And that's taken. Finally, that wicket we were talking about. And it's that man, Karthik Mayappan, who's done the trick. The leg spinner Shoaib was calling for. He's managed to break this partnership. And it's the danger man, Kaushal Malla, who has to walk back.
Oh, what a wicket this is. What a big moment in the game. And there could have not been anyone better than Karthik Mayappan. Look at that. Slower in the air. The wrong one doing the trick. Mistimed hit from Kushal Malla. And a very good catch by Rohan Mustafa. So that will give UAE a big hope in this game as the danger man Kushal Malla, who played a magnificent knock, a marvelous innings, comes to an end. 60 of 53. Heartbreak for Nepal fans, but everything is not over as Nepal now are 93 for the loss of 6.
Karthik to continue. A wicket has brought in Gulshan Jha to the middle. A very good delivery. That's beaten everybody. The keeper, the first slip. Mohammad Wasim giving it a chase. And they come back for 3 runs. That'll be Bais. That was a good delivery. Aryan probably expecting that ball to bounce a little bit more. That's the wicket once again. Wasn't timed too well. And Rohan Mustafa making no mistakes. Look at the celebrations. They know the importance of that wicket. And now it's up to the others to follow Eri and Gulshan Jha to stitch a partnership and make sure Nepal get to as close as possible to that target. Meanwhile, Karthik has been superb. 10 runs and a wicket. Probably the most important wicket of the match. Kaushal Malla was just batting superbly.
Yes, and that is what he, like we said, brings to the table. That is what he brings to his side. Karthik Mayappan. 96 for 6 Nepal. Chasing a target of 208. Dipendra Singh Airi and Gulshan Jha. The two men out there in the middle. Dipendra Singh Airi happy to just play these overs out. Not a bad idea now, considering the number of wickets that have fallen for Nepal. 96 for 6. UAE in the driver's seat from here on. Very well stopped by Mohammad Wasim. Short covers.
Karthik Mayappan building up, bowling a lot of dot balls after getting that wicket on the first delivery of the over. Googly once again up in the air. But that has been played backward a point. Running towards the boundary. Aryan giving it a chase. Stops it inside that boundary line. They managed to come back for 3 runs. End of the over. 19 done. Nepal 99 for the loss of 6 wickets. Rohan Mustafa to continue. Well, this is something Rohan bowls very oftenly. Yorker delivery once again. Another one.
Oh, he's cleaned him up. He's got the one that turns, and that turned and hit the stumps. And the celebration tells you that this is a very, very important wicket. Dipendra Singh Airi, Asif Khan and Rohan Mustafa with that small dance indicates that they are smelling the victory in this game. What a ball.
Absolutely superb. That ball breaking into the right-hander. He was deceived with the spin. And Rohan Mustafa, look at him. Look at the celebrations. He was just brilliant. Another wicket down for Nepal. Dipendra Airi gone after scoring 7 of 23. Nepal 99 for the loss of 7 wickets. Ron Mustafa to continue. He'll be bowling to Kami.
Sompal Kami. And he's here because of this speech of a delivery. Well, he was always playing on the front foot. But on that occasion, for some reason, Dipendra Singh Airi decides to go on the back foot, and that brings his downfall.
Yeah, that ball sneaking in through that gap created between bat and pad. It's always not advisable to go back to a spinner who's breaking the ball. Meanwhile, that's the end of over no 20. It was a successful one for Ron Mustafa and UAE, a maiden and a wicket. 20 done, 99 for 7.
Karthik Mayappan. Oh, very close to the edge again. That was a good delivery. How did that miss the edge? Just kept on going straight, and he's not been able to read the ball, the wrong one. Look at that.
Brilliant delivery from Karthik Mayappan. This is the reason why Shoaib was calling for him. He's got those variations. He's got the control with the ball. And he's got a knack of picking important wickets. Kaushal Malla. That was one wicket he would enjoy for a long time.
Well, that last line that you said, he's got the knack of taking wickets. That is the most important knack to have.
And that too, important wickets.
Yes. That big wicket of Malla. Well, they look a little intense. Ahmed Raza and Robin Singh, and in the center was the team manager and also the video analyst for UAE, Karthik. Nepal 99 for 7. They need 109 more runs. A lot of deliveries still left. There you go. Karthik right in the center with a very flashy watch, smiling. Oh, that's another peach of a delivery from Mayappan.
Well, it's been a stretch of 10 deliveries. 10 dot deliveries. They haven't been able to break that 99 runs barrier. Kulchinja and Sompal Kami. Slightly fuller once again, and this time he's able to play towards mid-wicket where they pick up a single after 11 deliveries. Finally, some joy for the fans here as Nepal get to 100 runs in 20.5 deliveries. UAE have got a very strong hold of this game now. They just need 3 more wickets. It's a matter of time. Googly there and brilliantly fielded in the covers by Mohammad Wasim. He's a top fielder. Acknowledged, appreciated by his teammates. With that, it's the end of over number 21. Nepal 100 for the loss of 7 wickets.
अच्छा अब ये दिखा सकते हैं? हाँ ये दिखा सकते हैं नहीं?
They take a single, Gulshan Jha and Sompal Kami. It's an uphill task from here on for Nepal, but we've seen even before that things can take a turn. So not all is over for Nepal. They'll have to keep believing in themselves, and they'll have to make sure that they give it their 100%.
Well, this is very good from Ron Mustafa. Varying his pace, that one slightly slower. Inviting the batter to go over towards that long off and long on. This time, the paddle sweep coming into play. They come back for a couple of runs. That was off the pad.
$103 for 7. Required run rate of 3.71, which is achievable. But very difficult from here on.
That's a lot of energy in the field. Asif Khan there. Picking it up with one hand and throwing it back to the keeper. Meanwhile, this is played towards short square leg. Ending that over with a dot ball. Good one for UAE. Just 3 runs off that one. 22 done. Nepal 103 for the loss of 7 wickets.
Beating the edge of the bat again, Karthik Mayappan has done that quite a few times already in his 4-over spell. Given away just 14 runs and got a wicket to his name, and that's a big wicket to his name. Kushal Malla. This is such an experience for somebody like Gulshan Jha. Again, a peach of a delivery. He's going to absorb so much of pressure. He's going to learn so much, and that is such good news for Nepal to see the under-19 players coming to the senior side and making an impact. That one was just again beating the edge of the bat.
Once again, slightly shorter, and this time the ball racing towards the boundary. Alishan Sharfu does the cleanup. They come back for a couple of runs.
That was a tad bit short from Karthik. And Gulshan was very quick to pounce out on that length and play it in the vacant region towards extra cover.
At the moment, Nepal, they've got an uphill task. It's not impossible. They required 103 runs. They have ample deliveries to do that. It's just about surviving out there in the middle right now. Get used to the pace of the wicket. And keep rotating strike. That is very important.
That's a good ball again. This is the lane that he should be targeting more. Meanwhile, Gulshan Jha and Sompal Kami will need to communicate a lot amongst each other. Will have to take it over by over. Have small targets in mind and try to achieve them every 5, 7 runs, 10 runs target. That should be the plan for Nepal. Oh no, that's going to miss the stumps. You can see Vrithi Arvind saying it's not out.
Yeah, that one was coming into the left-hander and slightly sliding down towards that leg stump. You can see the reaction of the wicketkeeper and also his movement. As soon as he moves down towards that leg stump, more often than not, it is sliding down the leg side. It was a good delivery. Nepal need to make sure they don't let that pressure get to them. Once again, similar kind of delivery, similar result. The umpire not interested. 23 done. Nepal 105 for the loss of 7 wickets.
Rohan Mustafa. Well, you were talking about the spell from Sandeep Lamichhane and how economical he was in that first innings. Well, that's a beautiful shot. Alishan Sharfu there. 2 runs for the taking. But this spell from Rohan Mustafa has not been anything more different than what Sandeep Lamichhane did for UAE. He's been economical. He's got 2 wickets to his name. And he's still got 3 more overs to go, including this one.
Rohan Mustafa is a wily customer. He's always very smart with his bowling. Doesn't let the battle settle down. Always has a plan in mind. Oh, that's close, that's close. Was he impacted outside? No, it wasn't. The dreaded finger goes up and another wicket bites the dust.
Well, it is Rohan Mustafa. He's got the 3rd wicket. We were talking about and comparing him with Sandeep Lamichhane. Not much to differentiate between the two. He's taken another wicket and Nepal lose their 8th. Oh yes, that hit the back pad, not the front. So the impact was very close to that off stump. And the umpire thinks that it was going to crash into the stumps as well. So Sompal Kami's innings comes to an end. He scored 4 of 13 deliveries. 23.4 overs have been bowled. It's 107 for 7. .3 overs. In fact, it's the 4th ball. of that spell from Rohan Mustafa. Big appeal, big appeal. He was not going to give up on that because he was mighty convinced that it was going to hit the stumps. And Akbar Ali, after giving it a long thought, he raised that finger. So it's 8 wickets down now. Not 7. 107 for 8. And there's a short leg in place. So this is good captaincy from Rizwan. I've enjoyed his captaincy in this game. Oh, very close on the back foot. He's got some bat onto it. Karan Casey, well done. 24 overs gone. 107 for 8.
It's going to be Karthik Mayappan to continue. He's bowled 5 overs, picked up a wicket, just gave away 16 runs. Oh, brilliant delivery once again. Beating that outside edge. He's done that on a number of occasions. Just 2 more wickets for UAE. Looks difficult for Nepal from here on, Shoaib.
Oh yes, indeed. It does look very, very difficult. They've got a slim chance, but you would have to say that UAE are now favourites to win this game. 101 needed, just 2 wickets in hand for Nepal. Well, they started off really well, and the openers did get some quick runs, especially Asif Sheikh, and then Kushal Mala playing some aggressive cricket, but the others who were playing around them just couldn't build a run chase. And it has been a good fielding effort as well. It has been a good outing for UAE. You have to give credit to the bowlers as well.
Most certainly. There hasn't been a catch dropped in this innings by UAE, which tells you that they have been brilliant. Meanwhile, Nepal did grasp a few chances. Early on, Asif Khan was given a couple of reprises. Went on to score 70 plus runs. Meanwhile, a good over under progress by Karthik Mayappan. 4 dot balls on the row. That's a question being asked, and the finger is raised. That was a straight delivery. Hit him flush on the pads. Didn't have a lot of distance to travel. Would have crashed onto the middle stump.
Oh yes, Karthik strikes again, fuller this time. And he's been given... Well, I think Gulshan Jha was signalling there was some bat involved. But the decision has been given. It's another wicket for Karthik Mayappan. After 24.5 overs, it's 107 for 9. Well, 2 wickets for Karthik Mayappan. And it's number 10 and 11 out there in the middle. That's why. That was the wicket of Gulshan Jha. So it's Lamichane who's come out to bat.
Very ironic. He had to face Karthik Mayappan. A brilliant over. Successful one for Karthik and Team UAE. Wicket maiden. 25 done. 107 for 9. Rohan Mustafa to continue. That's what he's been doing really well. He's been bowling, pitching the ball up to the batter and making the ball break.
Yes, and he's also varying his pace on the delivery. So sometimes it's quicker, sometimes it's slower in the air in the same action. And that is why he is so effective. So 17 runs conceded already. He's got 3 wickets to his name. Last wicket, just 1 wicket away from victory now. UAE. Nicely played by Karan Casey for a single. He's off the mark with that run.
That's good effort from UAE. Having lost the toss, we're under a bit of pressure, but the batter is coming to the rescue, especially Yasif Khan and Rohan Mustafa. Got them off to a good total, and then the bowlers to follow were just superb with the ball. The fielders backing their bowlers, and now the writing is on the wall. Sandeep going back to our own delivery. It's not always advisable. We've seen quite a few batters lose their wicket.
Played away from his body, but he's found it in the gap. He's played it in the vacant region there. And they take 2 runs. So Sandeep Lamichane also off the mark with those 2 runs. 26 gone, 110 for 9.
सिक्स वाइड करने के लिए बोला वो ऐसे ओके ओके
$110 for the loss of 9 wickets. As Karthik Mayappan comes in to bowl his 7th. Short and wide this time from Karthik.
Very content looking coaching staff for UAE. I mean, there was a Robin Singh, team manager Karthik as well.
Former UAE captain Ahmed Raza, current player, still a part of the playing 11, playing setup. This is a good shot from Sandeep. That is a full swing of the bat. And important 4 runs coming in for Sandeep Lamichane and Nepal.
Getting down on one knee, Sandeep opting to go over mid-wicket. That was a good shot. Got the connection. Now Karthik Mayappan, well, he would love to take this wicket. Once again, one towards square leg. Chase for the fielder, Asif Khan does well. And they come back for a couple of runs.
Yes, so Sandeep Lamichane, he doesn't want to waste any time. He's going to go attacking. That seems to be the plan. 2 deliveries that he's faced off Mayappan. Both the shots have been in search of boundaries. A leg spinner to a leg spinner.
Karthik in this over has been missing his mark. Hasn't been doing too well. Probably putting in that extra effort to pick up this last wicket. He just needs to bowl it a little more slower. Give it air. That's the kind of delivery he needs to bowl. Sometimes I just feel that he's more comfortable bowling the googly than the regular leg break.
Yes, he does like to bowl a lot of googlies, that's for sure. Needs to flight the ball. Very watchful, Karan Casey, as this over comes to an end as well. 27 gone, 118 for 9.
Rohan Mustafa to come and bowl the last over of his spell, and that has been hit over extra cover for a boundary. Sandeep Lamichane is taking them on. He's not holding back.
Yes, he's not holding back any punches, that's for sure. A boundary in the previous over, and now clearing his front foot and playing it up and over towards the cover sweeper. So that's another 4. Well, you might just want to think about bringing your pace bowlers on for the number 11. Maybe Junaid Siddiqui coming in to bowl. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. That is not a shot of a number 11. Sandeep Lamichane has connected it and connected it well. 4 more for him. And Nepal now, suddenly the fans are up and running. 126.
Well, this was an even better shot, clearing his front foot and just opening up, hitting it over the extra cover, getting the timing right. We have seen a lot of batters struggling to get timing on this wicket, but Sandeep, well, it does seem like both of these guys, Sandeep and Kushal Malla, were playing on a different track altogether.
Yes, they've really played some entertaining shots. Quicker this time and played in the gap as well. They should get 2. Rohan Mustafa is not happy. That was played in the gap. There was always going to be 2 runs. Bowling too full, Rohan Mustafa, I feel, in this over. Yeah, that's much better. Some turn as well, slower in the air. And very well negotiated by Sandeep Lamichane. Plays it towards square leg and gets a single.
You said it right. That was the difference between the previous deliveries and the last one. The pace on the last delivery was just perfect. Not bowling it too quick. Meanwhile, Karan Casey keeping that one out. End of a good spell for Rohan Mustafa. Picked up 3 wickets. Gave away 31 runs. 28 overs done. Nepal 129 for 9.
.28 overs, 129 for 9. Junaid Siddiqui comes in. Well, a fast bowler being introduced into the attack. Well, that's a good shot. Sandeep Lamichhane is enjoying the pace on that delivery. Just guiding it behind point, making room for himself. And he has just given the hopes back for the Nepal fans.
Very good shot there. There was no width. He created that width by opening up, clearing that front foot once again, just guiding it behind point. And a brilliant boundary.
That was not a bad ball at all from Junaid Siddiqui. It was just a super shot from Sandeep Lamichhane. Oh, nicely played, this time straight down the ground. Junaid Siddiqui gets a foot onto it. Now they will breathe a huge sigh of relief to see Sandeep Lamichhane on the non-striking end.
They don't have a very aggressive field set for Karan Casey. They can probably afford to get a few more fielders in the circle, stop him from picking up the single and giving strike to Sandeep.
Good sharp short delivery that came in to Karan Casey. And they've taken a single. Sandeep Lamichhane, the senior partner in that partnership, is back on strike, who's striking at 200, more than almost 200, in fact, 25 of 13.
We're going to see the short one coming into Sandeep. It'll be interesting to see how Junaid Siddiqui replies to that boundary that was hit in the first delivery of this over. Oh, that's kept out. It was a very good yorker, dug out by Sandeep.
That was a good delivery, very good delivery, and he just read my mind there. I was hoping and expecting him to bowl that yorker, and he's done just that. This is a good fight from Sandeep. You have to give it to him. Coming in to bat at number 11, he scored 25 runs in 14 deliveries. He's not going down without a fight, and that shows his character, that shows his mental strength, and that shows his ability to fight back in any given situation.
Most certainly he's a fighting cricketer. Performs with the ball and now has come out and played some brilliant shots with the bat, keeping those hopes alive for his team. They still have 73 runs required. They do have a lot of deliveries, 127 of them. It's just the wicket column.
This time is the short ball, a well-directed bouncer and a look to go with it. End of the 29th. Nepal 135 for 9.
कौन सा लाइन
Karthik Mayappan to continue. He's coming from the other end now. It's played really well by Karan Casey. They pick up a single and that brings Sandeep Lamichhane on to strike. He's batting brilliantly, 25 of 16. I hope he's still alive, Shoaib.
Well, yes, a very difficult task, but not impossible. You've not lost the match until the last ball is bowled, until the last run is scored, until the last wicket is taken. So yes, they still have an outside chance, Nepal. Coming around the wicket, unusual. A different ploy from Karthik Mayappan.
I think it's a very good ploy, keeping it farther away from the batter. He likes the width, Sandeep Lamichhane. If you can just cramp him for that, he might play one in the air.
Yes, he's looking a little itchy now. Wants to go big, wants to get those boundaries in. And as of now, this ploy of coming around the wicket has worked for Karthik. Oh, just chipped in the air.
Well, Sandeep doesn't look very comfortable with this angle. And the ball is pitched outside the leg stump. He's not able to clear his front foot. And he's struggling to get some timing on that.
Every run is cheered. Every run is appreciated by the fans. They know that inch by inch, centimeter by centimeter, they still can reach that target of 208. We've seen weirder things happen in cricket. So UAE should not let their guard down. 30 overs have been bowled, 137 for 9. Well, it looks like Nepal are in a comfortable position. If you look at the fans and how they are cheering, look at that noise. Look at that noise that they make in the ground. It's just electrifying. A Yorker from Junaid Siddiqui. Well, these fans, they reinstill your love and your faith and your passion in this sport.
Even though Nepal has lost 9 wickets, none of them has gone and left the stadium. They're still enjoying the game. This is how Nepal cricket is being followed. Absolutely amazing scenes. Meanwhile, Junaid Siddiqui, after that brilliant joker, might come back with a good bouncer. There you go. Short pitch.
Well done, Rashid. Reading the game from the comm box. Enjoy his company. He's got some really interesting insights all the time. Reads the game well. So well done. I have to give it to you, Rashid.
Thank you, Shoaib. That's what fast bowlers typically do these days. So it wasn't a very difficult guess.
Yes, and that is what is needed as well. You need to surprise. You need to have that element of surprise in your bowling. Another short delivery. It hits Sandeep Lamichhane on his shoulder and they go for a run. That was a sharp bouncer.
Now it's Karan Casey on strike. Junaid Siddiqui has 3 deliveries in this over. Does look difficult to get Sandeep Lamichhane out, but we've got another man who they can target. Short pitch delivery once again. Signal by the umpire.
Well, UAE have not had it easy, this situation, this position in the game. They've had to toil really hard for the wickets. They had to really bowl well. And now this last partnership between these two is making it even more difficult for UAE. Yes, they are at the cusp of victory, but they've been asked to wait. And this wait is getting longer and longer with every passing over. Guides it nicely for another single.
Every run cheered by the crowd. This is what you long for as a cricketer, the support of the crowd. No matter what the situation of the game, you must give it to the Nepal fans. They've come out in numbers and supported their team. Meanwhile, Junaid Siddiqui coming in to bowl to Sandeep Lamichhane. Slower delivery and well negotiated.
And he also posed there for a second, just held his shot and his pose for the photographers. 31 gone, 139 for 9. Well, 32 runs partnership between the number 10 and 11. 26 of that coming from the bat of Lamichhane. 5 from the bat of Karan Casey. Of 37 deliveries. So it has been a good partnership in the context of the game.
And the last wicket partnership has been dragged on. UAE would want to get over with it as soon as possible. Mayappan to continue. Towards fine leg, no chance of a run. Sandeep has just been superb with the bat. The way he's middled and timed the deliveries has been a treat to watch.
Yes. They're still fighting. And the crowds are still cheering.
Nobody in the slip cordon, that's a little surprising. They do want to pick up that last wicket. I don't see pressure being applied. Once again, solidly defended. 69 required of 111 deliveries. And Karan Casey giving ample support to his partner Sandeep Lamichhane, who's on 26 of 24. The crowd chanting their team's name, enjoying the game. Those hopes are still alive as long as these two are in the middle. Once again defended off the back foot. They can afford to block a lot of deliveries. They have 110 deliveries to chase down the 69 remaining runs. It's just the wickets that is a problem for Nepal.
नेपाल जैसे लास्ट विकेट में जीता ही होगा देखो भी.
They're appealing for it and it's given. Well, that is it. That's the end of the innings. That's the end of the game as well. Karthik Mayappan gets his third wicket. And Nepal have been bundled out for 139. A sweet victory for UAE. That is the winning moment for Karthik Mayappan, for Ritya Arvind and for the entire team of UAE. It has been a phenomenal performance, scoring and managing only 207. UAE came out with some vengeance in the second innings and have made a game out of it.
Well, there was a lot of hard work that went into that win. UAE had to work hard. They picked their catches. They bowled in the right areas. The crowd still in there, supporting their team, motivating them. It doesn't matter if you've lost the game. They will still support you. And there will be a lot of positives which Nepal would take from this game. The way Kaushal Malla batted in the middle and then Sandeep at the end. Just a treat to watch. Meanwhile, UAE, the deserving winners of this game, bringing out a performance and a half. Handshakes all around. UAE winning this game by 68 runs. At the end, those 207 runs posted by UAE in the first innings, proving to be a little too much for Nepal, who lost their way in the middle. There were a few good partnerships, but the wickets kept tumbling at regular intervals. The UAE bowlers making sure they don't let the batters ease down. Well, that's the batting card for Nepal. Didn't get off to a good start. Kushal Bhurtel losing his wicket early on. Asif Sheikh did provide some stability in the top 17 of 16, but it was those two wickets in the middle, Mahendra Malla and Rohit Kumar Patel, getting out for knots. Arif Sheikh also not being able to contribute. At the end of the innings, it was Sandeep Lamichhane getting 26, but the pick of the batters for them was Kaushal Malla, getting those amazing 60 runs of just 53 deliveries. And that's the bowling card for the UAE. 6 bowlers used overall. Junaid Siddiqui and Sabir Ali opened the bowling for UAE. Junaid picking up a couple of wickets. Very good delivery to get the captain Rohit Patel. And Sabir Ali picked up a wicket. Zahoor Khan also managed to pick up a wicket, but it was the spin twins Rohan Mustafa and Karthik Mayappan getting 3 wickets apiece. That stemmed down the flow of runs and made sure that at the end, those 207 runs posted by the UAE proved to be a little too much for Nepal. Well, that's the match summary then. UAE were asked to bat after Nepal won the toss, and in their allotted 50 overs, they got to 207 runs, courtesy of brilliant innings by Asif Khan, 72 of 99, Rohan Mustafa, unbeaten on 52 of 76, and Aryan Lakrar chipping in 28 of 36, Sandeep Lamichhane, 27 of his 10 overs, getting 3 wickets, and Malla and Sheikh picking a wicket each. Nepal, in reply, were bundled out for 31 in 31.5 overs, getting to 139. It was Malla again with the bat, 60 of 53. Sandeep Lamichhane at the end not out on 26 of 24, and Sheikh getting to 17 of 16. It was Karthik Mayappan, the pick of the bowlers, getting 3 wickets, giving away just 26 runs, and Rohan Mustafa picking up 3 wickets for 31. Junaid Siddiqui also contributing, picking up 2 wickets, giving away 40 runs. UAE at the end won by 68 runs. Well, that's the points table after the game done today. UAE earning those 2 important points. Nepal and UAE at 30 games apiece. Nepal on 28 points and UAE on 31, inching closer to that number 3 position which everybody's eyeing. They still have a few games to go. 6 more. PNG, Nepal and UAE would be eyeing that number 3 position. Well, with that, we'll head for a break. Please don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the post-match presentation with